making music again. Yeah. Welcome. For those that are new here, this video is part of a running series where I try to learn how to make music with my stubborn experimental approach. Fair warning, I'm going to be doing a fair bit of ranting in this video as opposed to most of my other ones, so I'll try to timestamp for those such occasions if I can figure out how to do that. Alright, here it goes. The only reason I'm still doing this way of making music is because, one, I didn't think I'd get very far with this music thing, especially the way I was doing it, but due to being praised by others that actually make music, I've been chasing that high ever since. Not saying it's their fault, and in fact, shout out to you commenters. That point was really long. Anyways, two, my younger brother literally falls asleep to one of those videos while it's on repeat, which is the only reason why Serene Presence has this giant gap of views compared to everything else, which is very encouraging and wholesome. Oh. The point is, these videos represent somewhat of a small history. Maybe I'll look back on them when I'm making more professional sounding music. And if you feel like viewing them, then you can. Today, however, is the finale. I wrote finally in my script. Oh, and yes, I'm doing scripts now. Can you believe it? Now, here is where this length of my music journey starts. At a low point. Looking back on the music I have made, I'm not exactly proud of them. Some of them sound good most of the time, and it's probably just creation bias that I don't think they're good enough. But another thing is that I don't feel like I've actually learned anything. Sure, I've had advice and I've learned how to use the program a little better, but my methods are the same. This is what I aim to change in this video. I started my next creation progress as I normally do. I've found I'm pretty good at finding a beat and melody that I like for the beginning, just with trying random instruments or other sounds, but then I find it difficult to create beyond that, continue it. Anyways, you want to know another thing I'm bad at? Checking my audio. This background isn't quiet on purpose. No, I just forgot to unmute my OBS. I've made it a habit to just leave either my mic or my computer sounds muted after I needed them muted for various things I was doing. And I just don't even check either. It's a miracle I still even have the files to be able to re-record what the music actually sounded like initially. Anyways, the start. Now, this is one that some people likely would have heard from Common if said people watched it. And this is one that I'm unsure about because I like the start, but then didn't know how to continue. Like, yeah, right here, I'm not entirely satisfied with the other noise. Maybe they would just take a little bit of fiddling around, like figuring it out somehow. But yeah, this one I may come back to, but also may not. Yeah, no, it's not going. What is this? From this point, I was realizing how unserious I was actually taking all of this. I knew I had to do even just the slightest bit of research on how to actually create the type of music that I wanted. What is that type, you may ask? Well, the lo-fi. The thing that started this idea for research was learning from my course what lo-fi actually is, meaning low fidelity. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out why the word fidelity related in any way to what I was looking for. Something to do with being faithful or loyal, but in the context of my graphic design course, what lo-fi means is creating something in sort of a lower quality, For example, a sketch drawing would be considered low fidelity, while high fidelity is, well, digital drawing. In the music space, it's sort of evolved slightly into this. Just sort of a calming melody with a beat, reasonably straightforward. This one also just happens to be at the top of my Spotify playlist, but I do enjoy it. Lo-fi music was originally based around embracing imperfections, having low quality noises like crackles or static beside the calm music. This definition of lo-fi music did somewhat change to be more just chill hip-hop or pop instrumentals, but my favorite piece of lo-fi music that embraces the original definition is this one. So, for my next creation of music, I decided to go even more experimental. Though I couldn't add in random sounds to create a lo-fi aesthetic in this program, I would still attempt to do whatever I could to get a similar vibe. Of course, again, this footage is muted, so this is more of just proof I made it, but I realized I made a mistake with my thing. The song is complete. Um this is just the only file I have of it in the actual music folder. Oh wait, commentary. Yeah. So basically, I wasn't as afraid of what instruments I wanted to use. Um, and though I wanted to recreate lo-fi, at this point I was just happy being experimental. I think it. I mean, I think the final song's actually pretty good, whimsical even. So I have a slight confession to make. So my schedule this month is a little packed, so to kill two birds with one stone, a I may have decided to just combine my submission with the music thing, which I know it feels like cheating, but I'm putting my course assessment on the line as it is. Anyways, I started this piece trying to make it sound moon themed to go with my monthly art challenge, which technically is in my rules, as you can use any media, but like I didn't have any ideas, and like this just seemed like the only way I was going to be able to get this done on time and have a recording of it. Turns out I'm just like really bad at getting footage. I don't know what it is. Um, yeah, I've got a full song. I trust this is just the only file I've got left, so I can kind of give you a sneak peek of it. It's it sounds moonly. Is that a word? Luna, you know? Yeah. At this point, I thought it'd be good to make one more track to finish off this video. This time I would be trying to shake things up from all my other ones, breaking some of the patterns I was noticing in my previous pieces. On that note, have you noticed that in said previous works I follow the same formula? Build up a simple melody, drop some parts for a quieter middle, then end with the same beat and or bring in a new beat with it, you know? Anyways, my starting point was to be something faster and use instruments I deemed not calm enough to match my other music. I'm trying to work out how to sort out this sort of background noise. I feel like this is subtle enough. Maybe if I can make it... No, it's just not showing it at all. I was thinking about the best way to continue it from here, and I thought maybe a chorus could sort of round out parts of it. See, I've sort of sprinkled it without, without? Fuck, what's the word I'm... Anyways, um, but also it'll help it tie back into some of the more lo-fi inspirations, because I realized that if I want to add this to the Serene series, it needs to have some of that serenity. Anyway. It's definitely coming along, I think. As a side note, I've learned how to, like, extend the song so I don't have to do it the stupid way I was doing it before, where I did parts of the song and put it in my video editing software. After all that, I've now finished a good amount of songs. I know some people will be eager to hear the final products, which will be released about a day after this video. Some parts I didn't include as to not spoil them, so I do hope you'll enjoy these pieces of music. As a final message, thank you for those that stuck around with this journey as I round out the Serene series. Even with just a small bit of support, it has been rather encouraging, and I'm sure I wouldn't have improved as much without the advice I received. All the music in the Serene series is absolutely free to use, no copyright or anything. I honestly don't even need credit. Now with all that out the way, it's time for a small announcement. I will be continuing to make music, but I'll be moving on to a better program. What? Did you think I was gonna just stop making music when I enjoy it this much? As of now, I feel I've reached many limits that beatbox can't handle, even though I've learned a decent amount from it. I haven't decided what program I'll use next, but if you have any recommendations, then feel free to let me know, either in the comments or my Discord in the description. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed. If not, feel free to not subscribe or like. My content wasn't worth it anyways. Have a good one.